Hi all, welcome back. This is now issue 92 of Build Your Own Star Wars R2D2.
Na na na, na na na, ho 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 ho, Horlicks. Na na na, na na na, ho 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 ho, Horlicks. Let me sing. Na na na, na na na, ho 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 ho, Horlicks. Na na na, na na na, ho 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 ho, Horlicks. Ho 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 ho, Horlicks.
Okay, so in this issue there is no building as such, but we're going to be talking about batteries, and we've got the power pack. So without further ado, let's go down and I'll show you what's what. Okie doke, so let me get these parts out. I have already opened the bag because I did look at the magazine in regards to the batteries. So as I say, there is no building, but in this issue we'll check the parts off and we'll talk batteries. So we get, I'll open this as well. Now I understand that some subscribers didn't actually get this, but luckily I did. So yeah, I'm not sure why I got it and maybe some didn't. I suppose stock issues perhaps. Okay, so what we've got here is the battery box cover, and it is connected to the unit. Okay, we get the actual battery box itself. And obviously this takes 18650 batteries, and it looks like there is a circuit board in there, so you can just about see there's some sort of circuit board, so that must be maybe the protection circuits, I'm not sure. We also get a battery tester / charger, so you can obviously put the battery in there like so, and then on the back there's some sort of LCD, or not LCD, but a screen. And then we also get supplied with a USB charging lead, which is designed, I think, just for this charger, and it plugs in just there. Okay, so then you've got a whole page basically just preparing the batteries. And then we've got a section that we need to read very carefully. So I'm not going to read it all because those of you that have got this will be reading this anyway, but I'll go over briefly for those that haven't maybe got this issue yet. So they need to be 18650 lithium ion batteries. Now they're commonly, I've got an e-cigarette here, they do look like these. I've rewrapped mine. They're Angry Birds ones, so I am used to these batteries, but these ones are the same except these are flat top. See, there's nothing, the pin doesn't protrude, so these aren't any good. So that's what an 18650 looks like. They're very, well, can be very dangerous. I know a lot, well, I'm sure a lot of you do know, but some of you think, oh, it's just a battery, yeah, whatever. That isn't the case with these batteries. Safety is really important. I can't stress that enough, and I've been there. My partner's got one of these, and the actual wrap failed on the top. You've got like a washer around the top, and then obviously you've got the wrapping. I change my wrapping quite regularly, so if you've got any damaged wrapping on them, you need to change the wrapping, because what can happen is they can short, and that's exactly what happened. And it started venting, and if that would have gone, it would have made a right mess. Okay, so they're dangerous batteries, very volatile. So yeah, they need to be the 18650s, but they're button top, so that's the terminal. Okay, and you can see the difference there. It looks like an AA battery, but it's obviously not, and it's a completely different kettle of fish. I don't understand why they've chosen these batteries, to be fair, but that it is what it is. The cells that you buy need to have no protection in them. Okay, a lot of them have protection built into the actual cell. To I think it's for overcharging and shorting perhaps, but these need to be unprotected because this battery pack has got a protected circuit, so they need to be unprotected. It says it must be unprotected, and yet 3.7 volts. The capacity needs to be 2600 ideally, but the R2 will work with a capacity of 2000 milliamp or over. So sorry, the milliamps work in the respect of how long the battery will last. So obviously the higher the milliamp, the longer the battery will last, but in turn the overall life of the battery will be dramatically reduced the higher that is. So you need to sort of get a happy medium. So they're suggesting 2600. So this is all the specifications we need. However, it's not so easy to find these. Now obviously I think Deagostini was supposed to be putting a link or a pamphlet in this magazine with a link to buy batteries. They haven't done that, and apparently they're going to be coming up in issue 100, where you'll be able to order batteries. So you'll finish your build, then you'll have to order batteries and etc. And have to wait longer to test or use your droid. So I have actually found some online. Now at the moment I did check today, which is the 8th of November. These are now out of stock. There was a few, and I recommended these to a few users on Facebook, and they have now gone out of stock because obviously we need 6 of them. So these are what they look like. These are Samsung 30Qs. These are the best ones. These are pretty much the only ones in the UK I can find. Okay, so they're Samsung 30Qs. They're genuine. Make sure. I recommend not buying anything from Amazon or eBay if you can help it, because a lot of them are going to be fake. It's difficult to really tell a fake battery. You can look at some of the branding on it, and you could slit the cover off and check the actual cell for any markings, but then you're going to have to buy some new battery wraps and put all these on. So yeah, these are genuine. They're from 18650.UK, and they're Samsung 30Q button top. These are the best ones. They are, well, at the time of purchasing, before there was a mad influx on the sale of these, they were £5.19 per battery. So with the Royal Mail first class next day, they were charging like £1 or something. So it was about £32 for all 6 of these batteries. Okay, so it's worth noting on the website, when you look at the specifications, everything's there. It says they're unprotected. It tells you these are 3000 milliamp, so it's a little bit better than what they've specified, but that's fine. It just means they'll last a little bit longer. 15 amp continuous power, so that's more than adequate. And yeah, these are 3.7 volts. Now back to what I was saying, if you go on there, when you look at the specifications, it does actually say nominal voltage 3.6, and I've heard that did put a few people off ordering them, because it says in here they have to be 3.7, but on the cell it does say 3.7. So they've just rounded the number down for some reason. So these are perfect. As you can see, you've got the button style on the top. So again, with comparison with my other 18650 battery, see, they're exactly the same. The bottoms are the same. It's just the tops. One's a flat top, which is what my e-cigarette uses, and that one's the button. So yeah, that's it. So I've ordered them from there. As I say, they're out of stock at the moment, because I have recommended it to a few people and they've been with me and ordered them while they could. I did check today, it says out of stock, but there is a waiting list for them. Okay, so obviously I'll put a link in the description below, so maybe just keep checking on there and see if they get any more in. Whether they're going to cotton on, because there's been a lot of sales all of a sudden, whether they're going to cotton on and put the price up, I don't know, because they're in demand. But yeah, just keep an eye on them. So I've gone for these batteries, and I have already charged these. Now, what it's saying to do is carefully, after purchasing the batteries, take the first battery, find the positive terminal, and then we're going to put the cell in this charger. Okay, and then when the lead's plugged in, the last digit of the display will flash, indicating the charging has started. Okay, leave the charger plugged in until the readout changes to full to indicate that the battery is fully charged. Unplug the charger, remove the battery. If the reading doesn't go up after 30 minutes or so, the battery is likely to be bad and should be discarded. It says do not charge the batteries, attempt to fit them into the battery box or install them in R2D2 until instructed to do so when all the internal wiring is connected up. So don't, you know, go connecting anything up. So yeah, these are all the batteries. Now I've already charged these because obviously using this USB cable and this single charger for each cell, I know we've got time because this is issue 92 and we're not going to be done till 100. However, I've got a battery charger for my e-cigarette, which is a 4-bay charger, so that obviously houses these batteries also. So I charged 4 at a time on a slow charge at 0.5 amp. The slower the charge, the better quality of the charge. Now, my understanding is we won't have to charge all the batteries in this all the time. This is just to initially charge them, get them all to the right charge. Then once they're installed into this battery pack, I think the actual R2D2 will take over and charge all of these at the same time, because once they're installed into this unit, this will be then untouched. This will be in the R2. We'll connect everything up, and after everything's connected up, there's that plug at the bottom of R2D2. So I think there'll be a charger coming to charge them internally. So this is just an initial charge to make them all at the same level. So what I'm going to do is, obviously I've charged these all separately in a different charger, which I've had for years, so I trust it. I'm actually going to get a Sharpie and write on all of these batteries. So I'm going to do 1. This is just me. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 4. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and the reason I'm going to do that is so I can identify them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of paper and write on here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right, let me calm down a bit. And the reason I'm doing this is to check the voltages on all the batteries and make sure that they are all even. So to do that, we can take the charger, we don't have to plug it in, and we'll plug the battery in, let it settle, and we've got a readout there, 4.15. That's good. Now it does say in here that the nominal, basically the charge normally reads about 4.2, but obviously as the batteries are used, they die. So obviously that is normal. Same with my vape batteries. They're 3.7 volts, but the charger charges them to 4.2 normally. So I'm just going to take write that down, and then move on to the second one. 4.15. So I'm hoping all of these are going to be reading the same voltage. 4.16, that's good, that's fine. There's not a lot in that. This is battery 4, 4.12. So they're very, very slightly up and down, but we're looking for like big changes. That one's 4.15. And that one's 4.12. So yeah, I'm happy with those. They're all fine. As I say, there's like 0.2. There's hardly any difference in those. They're all over 4 volts. So I don't need to do anything. You just need to worry if one's sort of reading 3 volts or 3.2 or something, and it's way under all of them. But as an average, that's absolutely fine. So I'm happy with them. So batteries can now go away. As I say, it doesn't want us to put these batteries into the power supply as of yet. These obviously come in a nice box as well to keep them protected. And that is it for this issue, really. It's just sort of explaining about the batteries and what I've done, and obviously what you get in this issue. So that is that. Obviously if you don't have a 4-bay charger, then obviously you're going to have to obtain your batteries and charge them all individually on this unit here. But obviously I don't know what that's going to be like. I've just literally used that as a voltage tester. That's all I've used that for. And that is it for issue 92. So obviously in the next issue, we're going to be getting the circuit board cover, circuit board bracket, and the battery box bracket. So that was it. As I say, there's nothing to do, just a bit of information about the batteries. I hope that helps some of you. So yeah, until next week when we tackle issue 93, take care. Please like, share, subscribe. If you wish to buy me a coffee, there is a link in the description below. Also find the link to the batteries. As I say, they are out of stock at the moment. There's been so many interest in them, so much interest in them, should I say. They seem to have gone out of stock, but obviously we're ordering 6 at a time. And just to recap, they were about £32 delivered next day. Be careful, Amazon have got the same batteries, but they're charging, I think it was oh, do you know what? I can't remember. I think it was like over £100 for some of these, for 8 of these, I think it is, and that's a lot of money. These are genuine. The other thing I like about these batteries are they are obviously, you know, it's a good reputable website, but obviously they've even got their branding on their batteries as well. It does say on there sold, it says at the bottom, I don't know if you'll see that, sold by 18650.uk, and to me that's really good, because obviously they're trusting in the brands and their supplier. They wouldn't plaster their name over batteries that were fake. or likely to cause harm, because obviously fake batteries can be really dangerous. So please just be really careful out there with your batteries, and make sure they are genuine. Okay, so yeah, enough waffle, as I say. Until next week, take care, and yeah, see you for the next issue.